Senior Anthony Venuto says his art is inspired by the Star Wars universe.
I make at least one helmet a year. I've made a Mandalorian helmet from the Rebel series, a Clone Commando, a Shock Trooper, a Boba Fett, and then I have a Clone ARF Trooper downstairs, which I'm currently working on.
Venuto specializes in recreating the helmets worn by different Star Wars characters. He says after making them for 4 years, he's got the technique down.
I get a template for the design and I cut out pieces of paper and I cut it out in the foam, and then I take those pieces of foam out, I shape them in certain ways, I either hot glue them or use contact cement, I use a heat gun to mold them so they can be bendy, and then eventually they come together.
Venuto says he first got the idea to make a Star Wars helmet after he saw some videos on YouTube.
I came across this group called the 501st Legion, which is a Star Wars costuming group, which they basically go around and do charity events in Star Wars costumes, and I found out that you can make or buy kits to make helmets, and I really love Star Wars, and so I really wanted to try it out.
Star Wars has been part of Venuto's life since as far back as he can remember, when he and his dad first started watching the movies. His mom, Christine, says she's the one who turned them on to it.
My husband never watched Star Wars when we were kids. I grew up with Star Wars. I have all the original 1970 toys. But my husband had never watched it, so the two of them started watching it together.
My entire mom's side of my family absolutely loves Star Wars, so I was kind of forced into it.
Venuto's mom says helmet building has cost her a few dollars in materials, but she's always interested to see what he comes up with next.
I think his best helmet that he's done so far has been the Mandalorian. He took it and made it his own. It was still the Mandalorian helmet, but he added some scuffing and some other items that made it a little bit more unique.
Venuto says he's always liked building things, and while he's just making helmets as a hobby right now, he's been thinking about potential career paths.
I really enjoy engineering and working with my hands, so I want to, if I could, possibly prop making and or set making for movies in anything like that would be really fun. I joined the robotics and engineering program because I enjoyed making the helmets and I enjoy making and building things, so I thought it was a perfect fit and I've been really enjoying it.
But no matter how his career eventually turns out, Venuto says his love for sci-fi is something that will never change, and he's counting the days until The Rise of Skywalker hits theaters.
I am absolutely going to see the new Star Wars movie in December as soon as possible.
To keep up with Anthony Venuto's helmet designs, be sure to keep an eye out for him in the NHS halls. Reporting for Mustang Media, I'm Thomas Harder.